guys, it's Floz. Welcome back to another Flosstube video. Today's video will be about my cross-stitching update for the month of May. If that's what you're interested in, then keep watching. Just a friendly reminder that this channel is owned by both myself and my husband JP. It is a somewhat eclectic channel. As you can see, I mainly do cross-stitch or stitching related content, whereas my husband JP does wargaming videos. Right now, mainly Kings of War. And together, we might bring some other random contents if we feel like it. It could be gaming if we're up for it, or talking about owning greyhounds, or just hobby with us. If that sounds pretty cool to you, or you don't mind random contents popping up on your feed, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and like our videos so YouTube algorithm can do its thing and our videos can be seen by more people. Today is 3rd of June, the Friday in Australia, just past 7 o'clock I think in the evening. And I normally start my cross-stitching update with a haul, but in the month of May, I didn't buy anything, so there's no haul to show. Now, in terms of my hobby budget, I had $90.35 from last month, and since it's June, I get $50 more, so now I have $145.35. And that can be used to purchase whatever I want later on. We'll see. I have to say, I was tempted to buy some like secondhand hand-dyed fabrics though, but then with some mental struggle I decided not to, because I really had no plans in terms of what the fabrics would be for. I would just be purchasing for purchase sake, you know. Okay, so we'll jump straight to the whip. I have 6 whips. And technically for the month of May, I only worked on 4, but I'm going to include the 5th one as well. And as I talk a bit more, you know why. So I normally give you some kind of random numbers in terms of my stitching time. It seems like I'm just throwing facts at you, but in reality, I just want to give you some context in terms of like how fast or how slow I'm stitching with the amount of progress I get on each project, because a lot of the time you only see progress, but you don't actually know how much time it's behind all the stitching. So, and also I work full-time, and I have no kids as well, so I guess my stitching time will be different from other floss tubers. I just want to give you a rough idea how much stitching I tend to do, or how much stitching time I tend to have with full-time job and social life. So yeah, you have a rough idea. I don't know what I'm waffling on, so I'll just get into it. Now, with the month of May, I had 5 days of no stitching. It was the 3rd, the 4th, 11th, 23rd, and 31st. I'm pretty sure they're all weekdays, generally because of busy work. And these days it's a bit harder to have stitching time before work because there's a lot of stuff associated with the 2 dogs. So I somewhat heavily rely on after work time to stitch on weekdays. And if I do have to do overtime, and if there's road works on top of it, I'll get home quite late and there's no stitching time. So 5 days no stitching, and I had 4 days of not ideal stitching, which means I had 30 minutes or less. And I've written down, so on 13th, I had 15 minutes. On 20th, I had 30 minutes. On 25th, I had 15 minutes. And on 30th, I had 30 minutes. So it's looking like all these should be weekdays too. And I'm assuming, yeah, I got some time to stitch, but I had to really squeeze in because work was finishing late and whatever. And the longest stitching time was on 14th of May. It was a Saturday, and I stitched for 4 hours and 40 minutes. And that was one of the 2 days when I stitched on 2 different projects. So normally I would work on 1 project per day, or actually like a few days consecutively on a project. But this month I had 2 days where I worked on like 2 projects in 1 day. Can't quite remember why. I'm assuming it's because I wanted to work on something else, but JP wanted to hang here, so I had to work on something portable. I'm just guessing. Okay. So I will show you Napping Kitten first because that's the first project I worked on in May. Now this is a Dimensions Gold Collection Petite, and I am stitching this with Bernadette from Burn Stitches. I'm pretty sure I started the start of 2022, so maybe the first week of Jan. When I started it, Bernadette already started a little bit, and I was trying to catch up. But now I think I'm slightly ahead. She's a very fast stitcher though. Before I was really ahead, but now she's doing really well. So this is the preview. It is a cat napping on a branch. It is a very cute pattern, 5x7, pretty much the standard Dimensions Gold Collection Petite size, and it is stitched on 18 count white Aida, 2/1 mostly. There are a lot of half stitches and cross stitches, obviously. Quite a lot of back stitching, and I think the whiskers are couching. And I think a few French knots. Yeah. Anyways. And classic me. Oh, you know what? I will take it out of the hoop. And in the meantime, I'll tell you. So I've stitched on this one for 9 hours and 30 minutes. So 9.5 hours in May. And altogether, I stitched it on 9 days. I will not give you the specific days, but it's kind of scattered. I'm pretty sure when I was checking, it was like the first few days of May I was stitching this, and then I decided to come back for it for a few days, and then I picked it up on random days again. But this is my progress. Ugh. Ugh. So that's my progress. All the upper here will be done. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's done. Yeah, I did some back stitching on the kitten itself as well. Now I've got the whiskers to do, back stitching down here, and some bits to fill in. Mostly this corner, I think. I'll get it closer to you. It is really cute. But both Bernadette and I have, I guess, not the habit, but we just have the preference of stitching something more colorful, and this is quite muted. I mean, with the pops of green and pink and the random red somewhere It makes the whole pattern look more colorful, but in reality, there's a lot of cream and white and brown and light brown, and it's so boring to the point that even stitching with this, I guess, darker brown and this like mocha or coffee brown was exciting. So I think if it was more colorful, there would have been more excitement behind stitching this, but for now. And I'll put a comparison here. I think I was, yeah, mainly doing the bottom part, filling in. And with the needle minder details, it would all be in the description box below if you're interested. I'll leave links. What can I tell you? So last month, I was giving myself realistic goals, and with this one, I said I want to finish it by June. So in May, I was keeping that in mind. I just wanted to make sure I stitched this enough so that I didn't leave myself too much to finish by June. I think it's doable. I mean, I don't know. But in terms of cross stitching, I think it's doable. I'm hoping I can finish the back stitch, like finish everything by June, but who knows. But yes, it's so cute. So once I'm done with this, I will get it framed and it will be a gift for my sister-in-law. She really likes cats. And judging by the stories she told us, she used to have at least one cat. My sister-in-law is disabled, so she has trouble recalling or telling you things, especially keeping track of time. So something could have happened like 20 years ago. She would tell you a story as if it happened like 2 days ago. So yeah, I think she probably has the intelligence of like a teenager, but she's in her 50s. So yeah, I'm sure once framed, she'll be very happy to receive this. I guess because her birthday was in March, this will be her Christmas present. Okay, next up, the countryside. Yeah, so the countryside was a whip that wasn't worked on in April, so I really wanted to touch it. But then I also want to work more on one of the other ones that could be finished soon-ish. So I was keeping that in mind when I was working on this. Even though I enjoyed it, I was trying to I guess keep the days to a minimum. Now the countryside is a kit I purchased on Amazon. It was manufactured by a Chinese company. I don't think it's like one of those counterfeit or bootlegged ones. So I'm happy to show all the stuff until it's proved otherwise. And it is the biggest whip I have for now, and it's a full coverage one, and that is the preview. It is an autumnal scene. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of white space in between the branches and the leaves. And like if I were given a second chance, I wouldn't have chosen this one because I knew I would get bored. Regardless, I want to finish this whenever it may be, and give it to my parents in China so they can display it. So, I'll show you. Ooh. Now this is the one that's on the quantum frame, and this is my progress. I can't really see what you can see, but mainly I was working on here, I think. I remember I worked on a lot of the white. There's a thread. I worked on a lot of the white. I think I did quite a bit. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to see how much I worked on. Maybe I filled in here. And that's the end of the whole piece. So I'm getting there. I'm I think approaching like the end of page 5, I want to say. Yeah, it must be page 5. So I might have just worked on here. I can't remember because the last time when I worked on it was like, you know, not April. Yeah, in March. So I'll do a comparison up and down if I can fit it in somehow. Yeah, so with this one, like what I said, there are lots of spots where it's pretty much just one color. It's satisfying but also boring. So yeah, I'm just trying to get through that. So hopefully I will finish this area fast, so eventually I get to scroll. But because I want to prioritize other things, this one won't get touched as much in comparison. Oh, I didn't say this one is on 14 count Ada 2/1, and all the material and threads are part of the kit. Put it down. Okay. Phew. Now with the countryside, I worked for 4 days and altogether 7 hours and 55 minutes, so 8 hours. And I remember at the time I was thinking, oh my god, I need to stop working on it so that I could leave more days to work on other things. I thought I might have worked on it too much, but nah, it's okay. Compared to the other projects, this one was worked on the least, actually. Okay, and then wedding sampler. Now, if you watched my stitching update for April, I said I would focus more on wedding sampler if I can. I kind of, yeah, I did focus on wedding sampler a bit more this month. So it is by Teresa Wensler. It looks like this, and I'm stitching it for my best friend who is due to have her wedding in October this year. So it is kind of urgent, kind of. I have a few months still, but I'm not sure whether I'm leaving myself enough time because there's also like a ton of like back stitching and beading and all the specialty stitches and stuff. So yeah. And this is my progress. I actually think I did pretty well. Um, I might have. Yeah, I think I did. I stitched more on this roll. I feel like at least up to here, most of the colors are filled in now. I'm not quite sure whether this is the end, but I feel like this might be the end. Yeah, I think this is the end. And then the rest is like this block. And this block should be here. And I started on this bouquet or floral area as well. And I filled in more on the pillar. This is a confetti galore, I have to say. But I am pretty chill, I think, about it at this stage. Just kind of filling in on the colors. And I'll put in a comparison here. Did I? I'm trying to think. I think I worked on Wedding Sampler last month as well, but not much. So yeah, I'm quite happy with my progress. With this area, I feel like I'm halfway done here. Yeah, I think I did quite a bit on this area. Now I'm thinking June, I really should at least complete this band, this arch band, because it has been half-assed for a while and it's not good. So at least I should finish this so I can move on and continue working on these two sides. Now, I didn't say, this project is worked on 32 count linen, platinum Belfast, and it's 2/1. And as most of Teresa Wensley's patterns go, this one has lots and lots of blends. It is crazy. And it also called for true anchor marlet, which got kind of converted to the DMC satin. I think this, I don't know whether it's very obvious. This should be pretty similar, but the gold was not the actual direct conversion. I just ended up choosing this because the equivalent was not available anymore. And with Wedding Sampler, I worked on it for 8 days and altogether 15 hours. I think I might have worked on it for like 2 separate periods as well. Yeah. And then the last thing technically I worked on this month is Coffee Break. I started Coffee Break in April, I think. In April. And in May, I said I would definitely finish the first block, which I did. And I moved on to the second one. And instead of me blabbering, I should have shown you the pattern first. So that's what it looks like. It's by Design Works. It is a collage of the different coffees. They're not necessarily all relevant for Aussies, but nevertheless. JP is a big caffeine fiend. So pretty much if you ask him, would you like a coffee? 95% of the time he'll say yes. Unless he's had like 3 coffees already on the day. Otherwise, he'll always say yes. I would like to finish this and display it in the kitchen, kind of around the coffee station area. And I thought that would be really cute. And this is on 14 count Ada, with, pretty sure it should be Designworks' own floss, 2/1. The finish size should be 12 inch by 6 inch, so it's quite large. And this is my progress. Now, as you can see, I've finished this block finally, even the back stitching on the border. Okay, close. And it is looking really nice. Unfortunately, with the colors, they look very different from the preview. So 1 out of 5 for the preview. It is very misleading. I actually thought I used the wrong colors. And I moved on to Irish coffee. Obviously not quite finished it. But I think I'm getting close if you ignore the back stitching I have to do. Now, when I was working on this, I was thinking, how come this one took me more than a month to finish, whereas I only worked on this part for a bit and it was almost done? It's because look at how much space this salsa is taking, whereas this one had a lot of blank space. So yeah. And judging by the speed I'm finishing each block, it's gonna take me more than a year for sure, because there are 12 blocks and I'm finishing less than 1 per month. I'll just tag along. There's no really urgency with this one. And I need to give you the comparison, don't I? Yep. And don't mind this really bad fabric. I don't really do anything with my fabric. I just work on it. I want to have maximum time to stitch rather than preparing. So yep. That's that. And for that I stitched for 6 days and altogether 11 hours and 25 minutes. So that's the 4 whips I had for May. Now, at the start, I said I'm going to include one more because for the whole month of May, I wanted to wash my Victorian Elegance, which was possibly the project that is like closest to being finished. But yeah, I needed to wash it, iron it, and do all the fancy stuff because all the cross stitching is done. And back stitching, yeah, back stitching's done as well. But I didn't get the chance to. And it's as if like the project is cursed or something. It's either like I didn't have time to wash, or when I want to wash it, it's raining heavily, so it's hard to dry. But eventually, towards the end of May, I did wash it. But I wanted to work on it, and then I just didn't have stitching time really to work on it. So I worked on it for 2 days in June, 1st and 2nd of June. And I finished the couching. Oh, I need to give you the preview if it's here. I don't have the preview, so I'll put a picture here. And that's where I'm up to right now. Now, I did iron it. This bit was because I sat on it. Oh god. And I am just getting rid of dog hair because it's all at the back. Anyways. So, I'll get it closer. Can you see all the couching? And yes, I started on the ribbon a little bit as well. Now let me complain to you about the ribbon. Yesterday I was doing the ribbon and multiple times I wanted to burn this project altogether because the instruction was not clear enough to me, and I can't do what the instruction told me to do to somehow keep the ribbon flat without getting it twisted. Right now I am doing the, what is it called? Twisted Lazy Daisies. And they just look so bad. And I was also doing the French knot with the ribbon, and when I was pulling it broke my needle. So yeah, I really wanted to burn this project and it made me so frustrated last night. Very angry as well. I was complaining on using the opal thread. I think I would choose to use the opal thread for like 5 weeks than working with the ribbons. And because I had so much trouble with the ribbons, I was trying to YouTube, I guess, videos on how to make this twisted lazy daisies, but I didn't see anything. There was one that was like a Russian lady displaying this one, saying random things about the project, but obviously I don't speak Russian, so it's of no use to me. So I guess right now the strategy is to just have a little bit of dose of it when I feel like it. And once I start getting frustrated, I'll just chuck it aside. It's giving me too much agony at this stage. And I forgot to say, I also did a lot of French knots. And these white French knots are made with 6 strands of the ivory colors. Can you see? Yeah, the French knots were a bit annoying to do as well because of the needle pulling situation. But yes, I'll just keep tagging along. And eventually it will get done. I was thinking maybe this one will be finished in June, but with how much fun I had with the ribbons, I don't think so. But my mental health is more important than finishing the project, really. So I'll just do it whenever I feel like it and chuck it aside when I get frustrated. And I don't think there's a point doing the comparison because you won't see as much difference unless I complete it or I put in a lot more ribbon stuff. Yeah, so for the 2 days, I worked for 4 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, I really thought yesterday when I was working on this I would make more progress, at least finish some ribbons, but oh jeez, it was so bad. And that's the end of my whips. And normally I'll give you some life updates at this point. And I will first address the situation of my nail, because I don't think you have ever seen me doing or getting my nails done. That is because I work in a compounding setting. We have clean rooms. It is where you have manufacturing going on in your facilities, and you have particle counts for each rooms. Like you have different grades for the clean rooms. With that, you can't do makeup, you can't do hair gel, no jewelries, also you can't do your nails. Now, because I do my nails, that means I actually have annual leave coming up. So I've already had 2 days of annual leave. I am going to Darwin with JP. We're leaving on Sunday morning, and this will be the very first time of us leaving or getting out of Victoria for 3 years for me, more than 3 years for me. And even like hopping on a plane, it's like 3 years since I went on a plane. It is quite nerve-wracking considering there's like still the virus going on and I don't really want to get sick. So now I'm excited but mostly concerned. I don't know what's going to happen on the flight. I think on the trip I will bring a napping kitten because everything is so compact and there's not that much to work on anymore. And I'll have to bring a light. I'm going to bring this light. I have to charge it up tomorrow, so I might use it on the plane. Yeah, so we are going to stay in Darwin for 4 nights. JP's got a friend there, so we might be able to hang out for like a day or two. It's gonna be exciting. And after we come back from Darwin, we'll have a couple days off again so we can recuperate. And I also booked like a hot spring thing later on. So it's going to be a nice holiday, I hope. Too much talking. Let me drink some water. So, while we're away, I've got a dog sitter to look after the dogs. And I've never done dog sitting before. When we had Amy and we had to go away, generally the dog was up like under my in-laws' care. But this time they didn't offer, and we have 2 dogs now. I think it's a bit daunting to them as well, so we decided to try out a dog sitter. What else? We haven't packed yet, so packing will be exciting. Oh, and in terms of my health, I can't quite remember like where we're up to last time, but my urologist said my kidney situation came back okay, so there's no tumor or cancer or anything with that large kidney cyst. And I also did thyroid blood test and did my thyroid ultrasound. Oh, there goes Rexy. And they're both normal. So now I just gotta have another pelvic ultrasound done in September, so 6 months after I did my surgery, just to see whether there will be any cysts coming back. I saw my GP as well, and she said now we can start family planning if we want to. Obviously we're going to Darwin, there will be a lot of alcohol involved, so we will possibly start watching out in terms of diet for family planning after we come back from Darwin, and see what happens. What else do I want to tell you? I guess that's it. Oh, and also sorry that I didn't do that May vlog for May. May was bad. I was looking at the stitching time. It was literally like a roller coaster. Some weeks were really, really good and some weeks were bad. You know what? I just realized I didn't tell you how many hours I stitched either. This is what happens when I do a video at night. My brain is all over the place. And today I am so tired. I actually had to have a nap, but kind of failed at having a nap because the house was so cold. Yeah, so for the month of May, I did 44 hours of stitching. I think April I did 40 something hours as well. It's not fantastic. Yeah, some weeks I had like 7 or 5 hours. That's why I couldn't make the vlog happen. There's just either I forget or I have no time. It's just anyway, so I will try to make a vlog sort of thing for the Darwin trip. I think it will be exciting. And I also want to do a stitch with me as well. This time I want to talk about Flosstube in general. I want to give you my 2 cents or how I'm feeling with Flosstube at this stage. Do I have any plans with my... Oh, and also, if you've watched my previous updates, you would know that I actually had a like felt calendar I was working on, but I really don't feel like working on it anymore. I thought about it like last month. I think I'm just gonna like abandon it altogether because there's no point forcing myself to work on it. And I just mentally kept avoiding it anyways. And it's not gonna get done, so I'm just gonna ignore it. I think that's it. There's not that much to it. I just need to have more time to stitch. Otherwise, what am I showing? Like, there's nothing to show if I have no progress, right? Anyway, in the comment section, let me know what you're working on, how much stitching time you have, and what plans you got. Hopefully next time when I see you will be not too long after this. And I hope you enjoy your stitching, your hobbies, your life in general. Be happy, and I'll see you in the next video.